we finna go next. So I'ma take you back what we did. Had it so turned up, couldn't crash where we lived. Had a room full of girls, it was packed full of.
I hope y'all ready for this. I think it's like, I know I can do it.
Like we on, yo, this liquor hit the gym, cause this drink is kinda strong.
It was a CD that I got. It was called the High C CD. I think what happened was I got a bunch of High C packets, like the little juice boxes, and there was like little proof of purchase things on there. And I sent it into the mail, and I think I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. And I sent it in, and they sent me a CD. It was called High C. And it had like Backstreet Boys and Spice Girls and Britney Spears on it. And I thought it was really cool, actually. I was bumping it and stuff. I had my little CD player. And one day I was walking down the street, and there's the neighborhood kids are down the street all like hanging out and stuff. And I was walking to my other friend's house, and I remember walking past, and this dude was like, hey, what you listening to? Because I had my CD, I had my headphones on, and I had my CD. They're like, hey, what you listening to? And I like didn't want to tell him, like I was kind of embarrassed. So I just made something up. I was like, oh yeah, Tupac. I'm listening to Tupac. And they're like, oh yeah, which album? And the dude pushed the button to open the CD, and then he saw it was High C, and they all made fun of me that I was listening to High C, and I was like kind of embarrassed. But yeah, it was funny though. They're like, oh, you need to listen to this. And this fool put out like this DMX CD, and it had DMX on the cover, like full of blood. And I actually got really scared. I was like, I don't want to listen to that. But I ended up listening to it anyway. But that was the first album that I ever got. I don't even know if, I mean, I guess it's a job. I always wanted to be in the NFL. I wanted to play football, American football. It's kind of a long story, but I'm gonna try to break it down. I'm gonna try to break it down for y'all real quick. Basically what happened was I was in 8th grade. This is before I even started rapping. I was in 8th grade, and I was in a speech and debate class. And I was in the class for a couple of weeks, and then I found out that a bunch of my friends were in a different class. It was called aeronautics, and they were like building airplanes and listening to like cool rap music and stuff in their class. And I walked by their class one time, and I was like, man, that looks like so much fun. I wanna be in that class. So I go back to my original class, my speech and debate class. I was like, teacher, I want out. I want to get out of this class. And she was like, you know, the deadline already passed for you to, switch classes. I was like, yeah, but I'm not really feeling it. Like, I want to be in a different class. She was like, all right, I'll let you leave this class for the other one under one condition. And I was like, what? And she was like, you got to give one more speech to the class, giving the class a reason why you should leave, like why you should be able to leave. And then the class will vote. I was like, all right, cool. So that Friday, I went back into class, and I gave this speech. I have no idea. I don't remember at all what I said in the speech, but apparently it was really good. Everybody stood up, started clapping. I got a standing ovation. And keep in mind, this is before Barack Obama was president. And everyone started clapping and stuff. And this kid was like, "Oh man, you reminded me of like a president." And this other kid was like, "Yeah, a black president." And everyone kind of like laughed and stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, a black president. Yeah, that'd be cool." And then for like that week of school, everyone was calling me the black president. Fast forward 2 or 3 years later, when I started rapping, I was trying to come up with a rap name. And I thought back to that time. I was like, oh, I remember when in 8th grade when people called me the black president. I'm gonna just shorten it to Black Prez. And that's how I got my name. Black Prez. Or Blicky Black the President, whatever you want to call it. I don't even just listen to it in private. I listen to it all the time. And I sing it all the time too. And it's Earth, Wind & Fire, Stevie Wonder, and Michael Jackson. Those are like, that's the best. That's the best music in my opinion. I also listen to like the Beatles, some Hall & Oates, Billy Joel, Michael McDonald. that's my jams. I also like to listen to like real hood rap music, like I listen to like Young Thug. Everybody hates Young Thug, but I think he's dope. I listen to Rich Homie Quan, just like ratchet nonsense rap. Like I really like that kind of stuff.
I'm saying we won't never it's ever you and me, I'ma take you.
Super stoked to watch everybody. But if I had to pick one, I would probably choose Those Goddamn Hippies, and mainly just because of their name. It's just funny, and their music is pretty tight, and I've heard a lot about them already, so I'm excited to check them out. And it's funny too, cause like my mom used to be a hippie, so maybe that's why I'm like excited. Also, growing up in Colorado, I knew a lot of hippies out there, and some hippies out in LA too. And I think I know some hippies out here too.